whether we feel...
These female inmates have resigned themselves to their fate. They never wanted to be here, but this is where they are. 39-year-old Molly Twesha was convicted of child abuse in 2019, for which she is now serving 3 years. But Twesha is herself a victim of gender-based violence. She regrets neglecting her children in favor of her then boyfriend, who was abusive towards her. But she continued with the relationship. We were living together. He will always come home drunk, then start beating and stabbing me. I was taken to the hospital after calling for help. My baby came with a stab wound on his arm. I was in hospital for a month while they were operating me. They wanted to take the rust out of my body as the knife was that bad. We had a child, but I couldn't even feed him. My child's face was changing color. 39-year-old Diana Shopper, who was convicted of murder, still maintains her innocence. She says life with her boyfriend was characterized by constant fights and quarrels. Even the incident, which resulted in her incarceration, was because of their regular fights. An incident she still cannot explain. I was living with my boyfriend, and the problem is that we were always fighting. I was always preparing myself for a fight every weekend. We had invited his friends over for a braai on the day of the incident. We also had a fight that day. The house caught fire. How? I don't know. The candle burned the curtain. I ran to call for help. Although she regrets the passing of her boyfriend's friend during the fire which burned down her house, her greatest regret is believing that her abusive boyfriend loved her. Women can easily fall for this trap because the person who put me in this situation is the person that I loved so much, and I thought he loved me too. 32-year-old Julia Koza was convicted of attempted murder in 2020. She stabbed her abusive boyfriend, who was cheating on her with her best friend. She used a knife that was meant for her. I got angry and took a knife that he promised to stab me with, as he was abusive. I went to his place only to find him with her. I stabbed them both. I was then arrested for attempted murder. I regret doing that. A common narrative among these women is the alleged abuse at the hands of their partners. But according to the Deputy Minister of Correctional Services, a high number of men continue to kill women.
Well, looking at the number of inmates who are females having been convicted for murder, and juxtaposing that with the number of males, I wouldn't say the women are now taking the upper hand. It continues to be males who continue to kill the women. So we have to continue to advocate for a different understanding by males on how to relate with females.
The Deputy Minister says rehabilitation programs must be intensified and cooperation with communities improved to avoid releasing perpetrators who go back to abusing women. Tebogo Phakedi, SABC News, Mahikeng.